All right, y'all. I have a spin the block for y'all that it's funny. Like I said before, like watching a lot of my old content about Gypsy. Like I said, I did not know about the micro deletion. And at that time, I still thought she might have been abused. I actually thought she was extremely abused, but I still didn't think that it warranted her mom being unalived. So I do want to make it very clear, like, even had she had been abused, I was still not okay with her having her mom killed. But y'all got to see this spin the block. Again, we want justice for Nicholas GODEJOHN. Write those clemency letters and get them over to the attorney, because we really do need to get him justice. And I think that I would be happy with everything that I've done if we make a difference. I really want to make a difference, especially in taking advantage of those that are weak. I just feel like there's a very special place in hell for people like that. And I just think that we should be protective over those with disabilities. And what I have seen, I think a lot of people haven't. And we need to take a stand and change that, because it's not okay. Anyway, y'all, let's spin a block. You all, Nicholas GODEJOHN received a response from his appeal, and we need to talk about it. I want you guys to pause to read this, and then we'll go from there. As you see, he can do a rebuttal, but I don't know. We need help. I need you guys to go sign the link in my bio. Like, this petition, we need to get it rolling in. Because I don't know if a lot of you know this, but Nicholas GODEJOHN was on disability, Social Security disability, at the time of his arrest. So it's documented that he has Asperger's, autism, and a low IQ. That's a horrible combination, and he was taken advantage of, and he really truly needs help. I am not saying he should be out to freely roam. No, I'm saying that I think he needs to be evaluated. I think there needs to be a treatment plan, and they need to go from there. But I think at this point, like, he's not getting the help that he needs, and he was basically thrown away and thrown the key away. And I just don't think that's right. I think that we as a society need to do better. Like, we're glorifying someone that shouldn't be glorified, but the true victim is not getting the help that he needs. And I'm sick and tired of you all coming on here saying that he said he would do it again. The man said he felt bad. And when they asked him, did he feel a little bad? He said, I feel way worse than just a little bad. He has always shown remorse. But in his mind, he was protecting Gypsy, and he would have done that at all cost. And unfortunately, she has not protected him. We need to get justice for this man on another level. Like, I don't think you all understand how bad this is and how much he needs justice and how much we're setting the stage for other people that have disabilities like this to be taken advantage of to this level. I'm disappointed with this. I hope he does a great rebuttal and he gets his appeal. But this is kind of disappointing, and I don't really know what to say at this point, honestly. Yes, there is documentation, and at the time of his arrest and the crime, he was on disability. So that's the part that I think is really mind-boggling to me. There's proof he was on SSI for his disability. He was literally collecting a check for it. So the fact that he got charged with everything and she took a plea, I'm telling you, this is like such a low down situation. And like I said, I'm not going to say that I all the way blame Gypsy, because she did grow up with a mom that was a master manipulator and she learned that, right? But I do think that he should have some grace. And I think that the way things have went, it's unfortunate. And I also think it sets the stage for other people to be manipulated and used the way he was. And because people don't really understand how people with autism react to things or are easily coerced, depending on how up on the spectrum they are, people get so confused and say, but you know, he still did this, he still this, he still that. Yeah, but he had a disability, a diagnosed disability that he was collecting state funds from and federal funds from. Like, that's, you don't really feel like something was clearly wrong? This man is not a man that was competent enough to withstand first degree, let alone the interrogation. The whole thing is crooked. And if anyone wants to debate that with me, I would urge you to go see the interrogation. The interrogation was extremely telling. And at the end of the day, you know, he deserves a second chance. Like I said, it's not that I'm saying that, you know, he didn't do a crime. Yeah, he did a crime. But he should not have been charged with first degree. And if anything, I believe Gypsy should have. Even though, you know, she had circumstances. She was not in imminent danger at the time. But, you know, she's out. And, you know, I just hope that she shows the world and kids that are coming behind her that there is redemption after. And maybe she'll change her tune and, you know, try to really do better. You are absolutely right. He did not understand the magnitude of what was taking place. He did not really understand that his life was on the line and in jeopardy. And he didn't really have someone to speak sense into him because he was really trying to defend Gypsy, and he really didn't even realize he was manipulated. I don't know, it's just such a crazy situation because I do feel like she has some accountability, but I also feel like the courts, the interrogator, the judge, you know, a lot of people dropped the ball on this, and I think that they need to be held accountable, which is why this appeal is becoming like a little difficult. I did see in one of my comments they were saying writing to the governor. I'm gonna look up all that information and write to the governor, and I think we all should do that because this is bigger than just Nicholas Scotia. But please, if you're seeing this and have not seen my videos before, go to the link in my bio. My link tree has the petition to sign for Nick. It's one of the first things that show up. Sign the petition, please. We need to get justice for Nick, but we're also trying to set the bar for other people with these disabilities that could be taken advantage of. We don't want this to happen to another person. We don't want another family to have to suffer. All right, have a good day. Okay, so the guy who is the storyteller for the woman in Pakistan said he never thought he would go viral because of her. He was on the Shade Room and he's like, all this time I've been creating content, who would have ever thought it would have been this one lady? So I want you guys to watch this video, but I also want to mention anytime I go out of the country, and considering that, you know, I'm Jamaican, I always make sure I support local businesses anywhere I go out of the country, because what I do know is that generally speaking, most countries, especially if they're not, you know, huge countries and they're third world countries, if you don't have money, your kids don't go to school. There's no welfare, there's no Head Start, there's none of that. If you don't have it, you don't get anything. So a lot of these people work very hard. Even the people that sell like water bottles on the side of the street, a lot of times they're doing it for their kids to go to school or, you know, anything like that, because nothing is free there, and housing and all of that. So I always support local businesses or, you know, local people selling flowers or water or food on the, you know, when I go out of the country, just because I know that if I can help a local, I'd rather help a local than anything else. So I wanted to show you guys this. That was just my little tidbit.
I've been creating content for like well over 6 to 7 years, like professionally, properly. And I make like travel content and journalistic content. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I would go truly international, global domination because of one woman who came to Karachi in search of love. Onaija, Onaija, my love. Onaija, my love. I owe you a debt. I owe you a debt. Because of Onaija, I was on the Shade Room. I was on the Shade Room. I woke up at 6 in the morning today, and when I woke up, it was very early. I told my sister and like and this cousin of mine, I was like, I didn't know about the Shade Room. I didn't know what it was. But when I told my sister and my cousin, they're like, what? You are going to be on the Shade Room? What? They're like Megan Thee Stallion and these people, Kendrick Lamar, Lamar Odom, and it was like the Kardashian expose and Nicki Minaj. They're saying so many things. They're like, all of this stuff happened there. They're like, the Shade Room is legit. It is serious. They're like, Bilal, you have made it. You have made it. So yeah, I was in the Shade Room. That was wild, and that happened. And so yeah, the thing is like, what has our daughter-in-law been up to? Look, man, she's launched a Bitcoin now. She's legit. And I don't think she is leaving. Her visa is due to expire on the 11th, but I don't think she's leaving. And as far as her pregnancy report goes, the sonogram results are here. And I am happy to report that Sister Onija is not pregnant. But Onija insists. She insists that is a baby. That is a baby. That is a fetus. That is life inside this tummy. That is something which is not a Big Mac or a McChicken or 2 apple pies. She says she insists it's a baby. She insists. So she says that she's probably going to get another test done to confirm, to double check. So until then, we have to see. One thing that did happen was that her hemoglobin was very down. It was 4, and she was anemic. So I think she had to be transfused. After that, she was then twerking in the wards. Everyone's seen the video. She was teaching some of the people in the wards some moves. She's literally living it up over here. And I don't think she's going to leave because she has a line of men. And and it's different men. It's different men every day. Different men every day. There's one video of her where there's a young doctor who's taking out her blood, and she's being all coy. She's like, oh no. And he's also smiling. He's liking the attention. And then today she introduced her bodyguard. She's like, yeah, this is my bodyguard. He will be paid 100K. Girl, who is paying? Who is paying him 100K? I want to know who's paying him. And then then she has the tea boys. She has the biryani boys. She likes them young. She likes them young. And Shipa, we haven't seen Shipa much in the picture, but one person we see in the picture now, and the twist in the tail is Shabana. Shabana had a blow dry done. Shabana's also gone blonde now. I have a feeling they went together. They hung out together. They had some girlfriend time. The twist that could happen is that no Ahmed, no Chipa, no medical boy. Shabana and Onija, that would be the twist. That would be the twist. She takes Shabana. Everyone buy Shabana and Onija. Shabana and Onija. So yeah, she launched her Bitcoin. I don't remember the name. It was a very long name. I think it was her TikTok handle. But she has many TikTok accounts. So I've lost track of them. And the official thing that I heard was that she's due to be discharged today or tomorrow. And then she's going to be handed over to the American consulate. This was on the news. So I'm just telling you what the news. And she's due to be handed over to the American consulate. Her visa expires on the 11th of February. Will she go? Will she not go? That's anyone's guess. Because in the recent interview, where she's wearing this flowery thing and this green hijab, she's like, no, I'm Pakistani. She was still saying I'm Pakistani when she announced her Bitcoin. She's like, I'm not leaving, and it's private against my religion. That's how she ends every conversation. So yeah, this is wild. And also, one thing which, guys, I want to say thank you to everyone who's dropped by, because as a kid, I'm a very nerdy kid. Was a nerdy kid, now I'm a man. So grown ass man. I learned all the capitals of the world. I learned all the capitals of the world. And now when I see all of you drop by over here, you're like South Sudan here. I was like, yes, Juba. Then you're like Guyana. I was like, yes, Georgetown. Then there's St. Lucia. I was like, yeah, Castries, Soufriere. So these little things. And I love it when people come and tell their country. And so don't mind if I geek out and I just go because I get excited. That's a little child in me. I was like, yes, I remember the capital's name. So guys, until next time, our daughter-in-law is still in town. And for now, she hasn't been handed over to the consulate. When she does, I will let you know. Anyhow, take care. Good night.
Hi. Did you get that memo I sent you? I did. Super crazy. So do we help her, or what's the vibe? I mean, she seems to be doing okay. She was asking, I think, 20 grand from the Pakistani government, or maybe 2K. I don't know, it kind of changes per day. But I mean, because here's my thing. I know that we have American Citizen Services that's supposed to help Americans in situations abroad. Do I talk to them? Like, should I like email them? I mean, she said it's in her religion to mind our business, and apparently she says she's Pakistani now, and I mean, USAID's gone, so, and she said she's gonna fix the place up, so, I mean, all right, we're good. All right.
Child, the sub is going in on his job and he is telling all the tea. I want to apologize for his language ahead of time, but good God Almighty, when I tell you the man telling the tea, they should have just left the man alone so he ain't have to tell all their business, okay? Y'all have got to see this. I clutched my pearls, child. My invisible pearls, I had to clutch them when I heard this story. I said, ooh, child. Y'all got to see this.
Man, fuck it. I'm pissed off. Y'all really want the tea? I'll give y'all the motherfucking tea. Today, the tea is on me. Today, tea time's on me. I got motherfucking suspended from my job, man. To my stank-ass boss, Cassandra Howard. Today is your day. You want to suspend me? I don't got to worry about nothing no more. Cassandra, the tea is on you and me. Tell me why I'm in class. I'm in class literally teaching to kids, bro. I'm in class teaching to kids. I get a call telling me to report to the office. I go to the office. They tell me I either have to go and report the incidents that happen and get these kids in trouble or lose my job. Like, bro, that shit is crazy to think I'm finna rat on the kids, bro. I'm finna rat on my students that had the fucking confidence to come and tell me some shit. You know what I mean? That looked at me as a relatable enough figure and a figure that they respect enough to go and tell me and get involved in their business. Why would I go and report that shit and let y'all know everything that happened? That's crazy. To my boss, Cassandra, that snaggletooth asshole Cassandra with a motherfucking wig that's always crooked and turned to the left and don't nobody ever want to tell you that your breath stink because they your employees. I'ma tell you today, I got time today. It's tea time today. Welcome to the Boston Tea Party. Let me tell y'all something about this little ogre asshole. This Shrek and Fiona asshole. Your husband is cheating on you with the secretary. And don't nobody want to tell you this shit. Don't nobody want to get in your business because you the boss and you cut the checks, but you don't cut my checks no more. Cassandra's husband is cheating on her with the transgender secretary. So baby, why you want to come? You want to ask me what's going on with my students? Who doing this? Who doing that? You need to be asking your husband who doing the bending.
So you know what time it is. It's Black History Month segment. And I like to share Black history with you all, but I also like to share parts of Black history that has kind of shaped me into who I am as a person. Because I feel like as a viewer, understanding who I am and how I navigate probably makes you really appreciate my content or me more than you would any other time. Not to say that you guys don't appreciate me. I know you guys do. But I really aim to be transparent with each and every one of you guys. As you all know, I have hair. But I wear wigs just because they're protective styles. I can change the color, I could change the look, I could change the length, I could change the texture, whenever I want. It's part of my creativity, not me trying to be anyone else, but me. This is a part of who I am. And one of the reasons why I have always felt as if women in general should be able to wear their hair whatever way they want to, but I think Black women specifically or particularly because we've been told in the past how we can't wear our hair. And part of me being able to wear my hair whatever way I want to is me making a statement to the world. I'm going to walk in my truth and I'm going to be me. No matter how anyone feels about it, I'm going to be me. And I want each and every one of my viewers to feel empowered to do that as well. I don't care what ethnicity you are. I don't care where you're from in the world. I want you to feel free to be you and walk in your truth. And whatever way that is, you show up as that. So I want you guys to watch this and drop down in the comments down below if you like this video. I'm sharing different creators with each and every one of you guys. You're free to follow them. And a lot of the creators I've been putting in the description. So anyway, let's watch this.
At one point in time, Black women's hair had become so intimidating that the governor of Louisiana decided to completely outlaw and make it illegal for Black women to wear their hair out in public. The Tignon Law was put into place in 1786. The style at the time for Black women was to wear our hair out. The main part is our hair was covered in jewels and gems and jewelry and feathers and beads and all types of embellishments. And then all of a sudden, white women, now these are facts, not opinions, so please, white women were not liking what was happening. There was an animosity that was tangible in the air, okay? White women were going to the local newspapers, who were then going to the governor, complaining that the autonomy was beginning to upset the local white women. And the governor already had a little bit of tension towards Black women. He was quoted as saying that Black women had too much luxury in their bearing, meaning they were too haughty, they were too self-assured, they were too confident with who they were as people. So he had no problem with putting this into law. The Tignon law basically stated that Black women were not allowed to be seen out in public with their hair. They had to wear a knotted headdress, so a headscarf with a big knot in the front, or a handkerchief. So you know what happened next. Black women followed the rules, and we started to wear headdresses and handkerchiefs. But you know what happened next. Yeah, we freaked those. We decided to decorate and we just did the same thing to the head wraps. We put feathers, beads, gems, jewels, different colored fabrics, and we even put hats and ribbons on top of headscarves, because nothing is going to stop the innovation and creativity. The historian Virginia Gold was quoted in this book, Creole, The History and Legacy of Louisiana's Freed People of Color by Sybil Klein. Virginia Gold was quoted as saying, the actual use of the law, the Tignon laws, was to place boundaries on Black women who had become too light-skinned, aka white, or who dressed too elegantly, or who in reality competed too freely with white women for status and thus threatened the social order. But back in France, Empress Josephine, who was Napoleon Bonaparte's wife, she started to receive intel on the fashion in Louisiana. And what does she do? Yes, Empress Josephine started to wear the Tignon headscarf, the turban, the scarves of it all. So let's just break down how absolutely vile and insidious this is. Black women were outlawed from wearing our hair. We were then relegated to wearing headdresses. And now an empress over there is now wearing our mandatory headdress as a fashion statement. And it was people started calling it haute couture, high fashion. Where else have we seen that? Exactly. When Black people do something, it's seen as ghetto. When everyone else does it, it's alternative, elegant, classy. This is nothing new. It's just history repeating itself. All I gotta say is our hair will always be our crown and glory, no matter what anyone tells us what to do, however we choose to wear it. There is innovation there. I'm gonna keep saying it, innovation and creativity and inspiration. It's trendy, it's beautiful, it's cool, it's unique. It brings in curiosity, which just lets you know that Black women's hair is political, whether we choose for it to be or not. Okay, bye.
Kanye West is saying, well, yay, I'm a Nazi and Hitler is so fresh. Kanye West is once again spewing anti-Semitic hate speech, saying he's cool with Adolf Hitler and he identifies as a Nazi in a shocking rant against Jewish people. Now, Kanye has been on a rant all night last night, going into this morning, and he is just going off. And of course, he's showing his support for Diddy, which we already know is crazy. These are the tweets that Kanye has done last night going into the early morning hours. And he's taking it a step further and saying he aims to normalize talking about Hitler, saying Hitler was so fresh. He also continues to target Jews, spreading a number of harmful conspiracy theories and anti-Semitic behavior. Of course, this is not his first time doing anti-Semitic behavior, and he did this in 2022. He began publicly attacking Jews on social media and television shows, at the time telling Piers Morgan he wished harm against Jews, which this is absolutely absurd. And he has kids, and this is very harmful to the Jewish community, and injustice to one is an injustice to all. This should not be okay under any circumstance. Now, Kanye is also doubling down, saying any Jewish person that he's done business with needs to know that I don't like or trust any Jewish person, and this is completely sober with no alcoholic beverages. This is very disturbing at this point, and this is so harmful, so harmful, and I can't understand why he thinks that this is okay. And this is the issue that I have when anyone spews hate or anti-behavior, is because it frees other people to feel like they can do the same. And just because it's not an attack against the Black community or attack against, West Indians or anything like that, doesn't mean that it's not an attack against us collectively, because, like I said before, an injustice to one of us is an injustice to all of us. And it shouldn't be okay, and it shouldn't be accepted for Kanye to show this type of behavior. And I don't care what anyone has to say about it. It is not appropriate, whether you don't like all nationalities or races of people and you are okay with that. It is not okay to spew hate. Whatever issues you have, keep it to yourself or talk to God. Because most of the people that spew hate are the people that preach Christianity. Make it make sense. And I think the irony about it is that Muslims show so much kindness, and really they show what Christians are supposed to show. And now I'm not saying all Christians are like this, no. But when I see the image of both religions collectively on a whole, they're very different. Now, I know a lot of people that say they're Christians do not show Christian behavior, but your behavior is a representation of your religion. And that is all I'm going to say about that. Hope you guys have a great day. And just keep in mind, whatever you believe in, your behavior is a direct reflection of that. And we as a society need to take that very serious. But this really makes me sad, because we were put on this earth to love each other. And knowing that Kanye, as a Black man, knows what it's like to face discrimination, for him to discriminate against another group of people, it bothers me. And I just hope that this is not as damaging as I feel like it appears to be. And we need to do better as a people. Like, this is sad. It really, truly is sad. What is going on in the world today? I don't care what nationality you are, what race you are, what anything. Spreading hate is never okay. Oh, child, Josh was over there telling the tea about the staff. Oh, when he said that tea, I said, whoa, cheating. What? Oh, no, not you telling. Take the wheel, Lord, take the wheel. But anyway, y'all, that is super, super crazy. But I want y'all to see this baby trying to defend Beyonce at the schoolhouse, y'all. I just thought this was the funniest little video. I thought that this would lighten up your day and make you all laugh. So I wanted to add this clip in for you guys. Just enjoy this because I think it's so funny. And you guys have a great day after watching this. I appreciate you all so much. Bye-bye for now.
What, Kennedy?
Oh,
What did you say? It's not what?
it's not my fault. Like Beyonce, I was standing up for Beyonce because Beyonce wasn't there. Who else was gonna stand up for her?
Kennedy, you don't have to stand up for Beyonce. Beyonce is a $1 billion person. You don't have to stand up.
I don't care.
Just because you like it. You can like what you like, and if they don't like it, oh well.
That's what I'm trying to say. I said that to her. It's not my fault that you don't like Beyonce. And does everyone like Beyonce? And I said, I know not everyone likes Beyonce because all of y'all is haters.
So it's about Beyonce?
Yes.